Before the global empire, it started in a shadowy, gas-lit room. It wasn't born in a factory, but inside a dusty glass bottle. The year is 1893, deep in the sweltering American South. Sickness was common, and people sought comfort in their local corner pharmacy. Back then, a pharmacy wasn't just a store, it was an alchemist's lab. Shelves were lined with glowing amber liquids and mysterious crushed powders. Medicine tasted terrible, so pharmacists used sweet syrups to mask the bitter flavor. One man wanted to create a cure that actually tasted like a treat. He sought a remedy for stomach pain that would bring customers joy. His experiment would accidentally give birth to a legendary American icon. Meet Caleb Bradham, a brilliant young pharmacist working in North Carolina. Locals just called him Brad, a man obsessed with botanical chemistry. Brad spent his late nights experimenting in the back room of his shop. The air was thick with the heavy scent of spices and raw sugar. He wanted to cure dyspepsia, a common and painful form of indigestion. But he knew that a good medicine had to be deeply refreshing. He stood over his wooden counter surrounded by brass scales and glass vials. Carefully, he began measuring out a highly guarded sequence of exotic ingredients. Every single drop had to be precise to achieve the perfect balance. The wooden floorboards creaked as he moved between his towering chemical cabinets. First, he crushed raw kola nuts, a rare and highly caffeinated African seed. The heavy marble pestle ground the hard seeds into a fine, dark powder. Next came the rich, sticky pour of dark caramel to provide the base. He carefully extracted pure vanilla, adding a warm, comforting aroma to the bowl. A secret blend of citrus oils was squeezed in to provide a sharp bite. Then came the most unusual ingredient of all, a digestive enzyme called pepsin. Pepsin was meant to soothe the stomach and help the body digest food. He poured purified water over the mixture, watching the dark liquid slowly swirl. He gently heated the copper pot, letting the complex sugars bind together perfectly. Thick steam rose into the gas-lit room, carrying the scent of sweet cola. The resulting syrup was incredibly thick, dark, and rich with intense flavor. But a syrup alone was too heavy to drink on a hot afternoon. Brad carried a glass jug of his new creation to the front counter. The pharmacy featured a beautiful, gleaming brass soda fountain for the locals. He pumped a single ounce of his dark syrup into a heavy glass. Then he pulled the tall brass lever to release the freezing carbonated water. The sparkling water hit the syrup, erupting into a thick, creamy brown foam. The tiny bubbles danced rapidly, releasing the complex aroma of citrus and vanilla. He slid the cold, sweating glass across the marble counter to a customer. One sip was all it took. The refreshing shock widened the customer's eyes. Word spread through the sweltering town about the miraculous new soda fountain beverage. People lined up down the street just to get a taste of Brad's drink. It was no longer just a stomach medicine. It was a daily obsession. Brad realized his little apothecary experiment was outgrowing the wooden shelves. He needed a better name, something that sounded scientific but highly refreshing. Because of the pepsin and kola nuts, he officially renamed it Pepsi Cola. The new name was painted in elegant red letters across the storefront window. Demand skyrocketed, forcing Brad to move production out of the tiny back room. He began filling rows of small glass bottles by hand, sealing them tight. Wooden crates of the dark elixir were loaded onto horse-drawn delivery wagons. The recipe was locked away inside a heavy iron safe for absolute protection. Other pharmacists tried to copy the flavor, but the exact chemistry eluded them. The perfect ratio of citrus oil, vanilla, and cola remained a closely guarded secret. As decades passed, the gas-lit pharmacy transformed into massive, humming industrial factories. But the core chemical magic of that dark bubbling liquid never truly changed. Every modern can still carries the ghost of that 19th century medicinal syrup. It is a testament to the strange hidden history of our favorite things. Next time you hear that sharp hiss of carbonation opening in your hand, remember the brilliant apothecary who just wanted to cure an upset stomach and ended up pouring one of the greatest liquid empires in human history.
Remember to like and subscribe.